Good morning, everybody. It's me, Carlisha. I'm going to try to make this quick short video. I'm going to turn down my radio right fast. I usually don't post this on my normal page. I usually post it on my group page. But while I'm getting ready in the car, and normally I don't wear makeup every day, but I got a little knot coming up, a light spot, you see it on my face, and I just got my Fabulous 4 in, so I'm gonna do that. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell y'all what I heard this morning. All right, so, and I don't profess to be, you know, let me not say that, because I do believe in the good Lord, and I believe I have a special connection with him because he loves me that much, so he allows me to have a special connection with him. So this morning, I usually have my radio on, and I'll listen to, I'll be listening to music, or I like the old classic stories. My kids think I'm crazy. But this morning, I turned it on the radio, and it was a pastor. Like that opener, don't you? It's a pastor talking about Elijah. And when it hadn't rained, and he had prayed for rain, and his servant had went out there several times and couldn't really see anything. Like he couldn't, like there was no clouds, like there was no rain in sight. But they needed he was praying for rain, and on that 7th time he went out. And on that 7th time he went out, and the man came back, and he was like, there's a well, that's new. Shoot fire. I wonder if I can open that. I might have to cut that. We won't be using that this morning. That's the new primer. Well, it's the same primer, new packaging. But I gotta cut it. And so I'm gonna get ready outside right fast. So, and he came back and he said, there's like one cloud. Like one cloud. Don't get excited. It's like the size of a man's fist. And we all know the story. And if you don't know the story, I'll find the scripture for you and I'll post it later. How it rained. That one cloud produced a flood. A flood, y'all. One little bitty cloud, the size of a man's hand, produced a flood. And as I'm sitting in the car and I'm thanking the Lord, you know, I'm thinking about all what he's done for my family over the last couple of days. We have been trying to refinance our house for years. I mean, pretty much since we moved in there. We had one of those crazy arm loans that adjust. Put all that on there. That adjust, and it was not adjusting in our favor. For years we've struggled. I'm gonna move this out of the way. For years we struggled with this house note, and the fear that at any time our house note could be ridiculously high, and how was we going to be able to afford it? Now, we live in a day and age when jobs are fickle. You can have a job one moment and think that you're good, got some good 401k, and then in the very next day, you ain't got no job no more. It's that went overseas, they didn't close down. It's not light no more, so that worked. They didn't close down. They're just not in business anymore. And that's out of our control. That's something that we can't control. We can't even really prepare for stuff like that. But God already knows. And so the little message that I was hearing this morning was that God can make it flood in your life without using a cloud. He don't need no clouds. He don't need no clouds to make it rain in your life. He don't need what we would consider necessary to get the job done. God don't need that. God can do it without any clouds. I mean, we serve a supernatural God. I mean, I do. Everybody might not. But I do. I serve a supernatural God that specializes in doing some impossible, incredible things, y'all. That was that concealer. For you girls, I don't really have a whole lot of dark circles. But it's a little dark up under my eyes. And a little spots on my side. And that'll work. But I'm gonna come this way. See my little light spot? You can't see it no more. But what was I saying? He don't need no clouds to make it rain in your life. The question is, do you have your umbrella? That's what he posed to me after I heard the message. Like, are you ready for the rain? Like, if you praying for the rain, you praying for an increase, are you ready for it? Like, are you carrying your umbrella? You gonna get caught out there with sandals and flip-flops on in the flood? I know, right? I'm gonna ponder on that a little bit more, because we want to be ready, but at the same time, God said his ways is not our ways. He said, lean not to your understanding, because we be trying to work this stuff out in our own little brains, and we just can't fathom. But God specializes in working in the impossible things. So what's going on in your life that seems impossible? Have you prayed about it? Have you given it over to God? Do you expect him to work it out? Or are you iffy about it? Because God didn't use the bank to refinance our house. He didn't use a standard traditional service to refinance our house. But we got a better interest rate. Payments is locked in. More's going to the principal. It's feasible. It's feasible if something was to happen and God was preparing a way for if we lost a job or something was to happen, it will be okay because he's done made this possible. I don't know. I just felt like sharing that with y'all this morning. God don't need a cloud to make it rain. And when that rain comes, will you receive it? Will you acknowledge it? Will you give God the glory that he needs? Not that he needs, that he deserves. All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.